Okay, just as a reminder, if you want to be creative, you can be in any way that you like. Now, this video I give to the idea of also transitioning away from new habits and accepting the ones that you have picked for yourself now. And so the way into the idea of new habits is because you feel like the habits you have now fail to represent who you truly are or could be as a being. But once you've settled on certain habits and you say, I feel like these work for me, you need to start honing them, and you get better at them, and you see how they fit into your life. And the better you get at managing yourself with your new habits, you can then later add others as well. But it's important to look for new habits, but once you found them and you feel like, wow, I can really relax into them, and this gives me something to do for a very long time, and I could see myself doing this. You know, it's like juggling. You start juggling with 3 balls, and then suddenly you think, wow, you know, I could juggle with fire. I could pick up a bow staff and set the ends aflame, and then I could become like a fire-breathing dragon. You can go in all kinds of directions, but it's about building up on the skills you wanted to hone, and then make sure that these skills help you to bring across nature's message that needs to be your guideline. This is for nature. This is for the children of the coming generations. This is for the peace movement. And that's what I'd just like to say. Hey, it's the sunshine. It's my face. Yeah. Good advice for anyone on a nice day. These are like fresh tracks. Oh, this feels so good, man. So, speaking about new habits, right, this is about feeling, pressing your toes into the mud. It's like one of the best experiences you can have, especially if you feel angry and depressed. Right, the weight is still heavy, but this is really nice. It's soothing, so, you know, start where you can. Let nature do its work and work out all your little problems that you think you have just by walking barefoot, and just let them all go. Just focus on the wind. Focus on the buzzing of insects and the twittering of birds and the whisper of the trees, and then just go through nature and inhale and exhale through your nose. If your nose is blocked, well, then you know you have to do cleansing. You have to start cleansing yourself, and walking barefoot is one way of cleansing. Another way of cleansing is like maybe an anorganic sulfur cleanse or a detox. Right? It's like saying no to sugar for some time, staying away from toxic people. You can stop drinking milk for some time, or buy better milk or different milk, and just see how it makes you feel. So cleansing is also in terms of electricity,
Like you could, for example, you could wear a head torch at night. It's a really fun thing to do. At home, you say, yeah, we wear a head torch at night, so we don't have to turn on the big light. It's also much more gentle for your eyes. It's not such a shock. So, right, it's like, stop being so wimpy. Your feet can take a lot. I mean, my first winter was in Norway at minus 20 degrees Celsius. And I've talked about it on YouTube already, Barefoot in the Snow. I've been experimenting with myself a lot. So yesterday I drank beer. But I did drink the beer because, I don't know, I felt really heavy. And sometimes I just don't know why. Sometimes I feel like a dead weight. Like a really heavy thing weighing me down. So I just engage with myself. So I watched The Fox and the Hound. Had a few beer, continued with recording my podcast for 2025. Lined out the episodes. Made up my mind how I'm gonna do it. Named the episodes. Thought of a concept. And then started to record the first 2 episodes. Actually, the first episode somewhere 2 in the night. And it was a good choice. So sometimes I just like to introduce change. But then you just also have to remember, okay, now you drank a beer to let go. So you're gonna be a bit wobbly for some time. I sometimes need it. It's like a softener. I don't know. Otherwise it just gets too boring. If it gets too easy, I'm trying to make it hard. And something was really hard, which is why tomorrow I'm gonna eat meat, chicken, or I believe it's gonna be chicken, because I'm not buying it. So yeah, I think it would be a good idea to just see for yourself what can be done. I know that if I have done this today, although I felt heavy, I'll feel better when I get back home then, and I know, boy, this was a really heavy day, but I went out anyway. You know, I went out anyway. This was now about 2 hours. So working on new ideas and stuff just keeps me going. You know, this is what I do. So you do what you do. Because to me, nature is like half an hour walk away. Depending on where you are, it may be longer. So you gotta plan ahead. How often can you go into nature? How much time can you spend in nature? And then maybe on the long run, plan to move away from where you live, somewhere where there's a bit more nature. Like, I would have a problem to really live in the Netherlands because they haven't really got forests. But I can make trips there, occasionally swim in the ocean. Right, if you go to the ocean, you should swim in it, no matter how cold it is. So learn from Wim Hof. Just do pranayama. It's breathing, man. Just breathe. Just breathe through it. Transition away from smoking. And I think that's all I gotta say today. It's like really silent. And that's also sometimes the weight of carrying all these words. Just look at this. Look at all this stuff that's happening in nature, and at home it's just dead. It's just nothing. No real wind, no chit chat with trees, no chit chat with birds, no buzzing, nothing unexpected. So yeah, I'm kind of getting bored. So it's good that I keep on seeing things as challenges. I think it's good. I think it's a really good thing that I do this. That I simply, you know, maybe not every day, but you know, on a day like this it's much easier, but if it's like a rainy day, maybe I should just keep this as a reminder that nature exists, to go out into nature every day. But I'll see what's going to happen. I'm just talking to you because apparently you're having a bad day, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. I'm just telling you, if you can only get to nature in the weekend, you know, there's also nature outside. You know, I mean, there's like cities, there's parks, but parks are full of lonely, lost souls. So, yeah, just clean your apartment. Maybe that's it. Clean your apartment, like really clean it. Well, and when that's done, then what are you gonna do next? Start doing crochet or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna get myself some dinner. What's weighing on me is this: I have no money, right? That's really weighing on me. It's like, okay, I have like 100 euros left. It's the 2nd of March. Way to go, right? That's like really way to go. And now I just, you know, go in and buy some food, and you think, it's like really weird. It's like, how can it be like this? How can you make such amazing art that you really love, but there's just nothing in it? You see, it's like, how can you do all of this? There's just no value to it. You know, you're like trying to create a hype, but you don't want to, you know, you don't pay for it. You just do what you do without advertising it, other than by being yourself when you leave the house. And by advertising, you know, that's what I do, you know. And that's really weird, because apparently most people don't do it like this. But I'm actually expecting, you know, maybe that's the problem, because I'm living in this expectancy. You know, people should like it because I like it. But maybe that's a bit stupid. You know, why should they like it just because I like it, right? Maybe because I like it, they hate it. It's like, well, if he's that good, I'm certainly not gonna like him. But yeah, I just give credit to myself, you know. You've been doing this for a while now, and you still keep coming. You still keep making art, and even look forward to making art. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy being like a bit depressed sometimes. You know, I like this, to be a bit grumpy also. Just have to test all these kinds of moods, and then simply remember that in a way it is like a theater play. So just snap out of it. The heaviness is there anyway. Got a bit of a headache, but what's the matter, right? Drink a double shot espresso with half a lemon, press it in there, maybe add a bit of cinnamon for heat, maybe add a bit of green cardamom to activate your sexual root chakra stuff, and then just shoot yourself into, I don't know, a couple of hours of, hey, you know, I'm active again. And then the depression is back. With me, that's just normal. I'm always like wavy, you know. It's like depression and then high, depression and then high. And now I have stopped kind of with sugar. Alcohol, yeah, is that sugar? Well, I don't know. You know, what really then counts as sugar or no sugar? Well, I don't know. I just stay away from like the crystalline stuff. You know, that says on the package, sugar. You know, as an ingredient and not as these values, how many carbohydrates.